Hey y'all, welcome in. Today we're gonna learn how to draw Labubu. Pretty fast, pretty simple. Feel free to watch it again, pause it, come back to it. Super easy. Let's get started. Now I'm gonna start with the Sharpie. You can do it pencil, pen, marker, whatever you like. But you know, just make it yours, feel comfortable, and we'll get this knocked out. All right, so I'm gonna start with the nose here. Little simple nose, right? Could be a little imperfect, like a little squash circle, right in the middle of the page. Depending on how big you want to do it, it's a nose, right? So I'm gonna try to keep it within this range. So hoping I can fit the whole character in. If I can, I can. If I can't, it's gonna slip right off that edge, right? So let's continue. Now, the eyes, pretty similar. I think that's the hardest part here is just try to keep them the same. And this is probably works best when you have a pencil is you can erase. But with the marker, it's kind of hard to erase. So if it comes out looking, not so perfect, just bear with me. All right, here we go. It's one eye. Decent. Other side. I guess it's decent too, so we'll keep them. Okay. Now let's move these brow lines, right? Brow lines the same. So we're gonna move these lines up. Let's connect that, right? Let's connect it all the way, okay? Both eyes. Now let's get that middle of the eye in. Right over to the edge, right? All right, so those don't have to be perfect, right? And I'm sure you've seen it. It's not super perfect, so but with practice you can make it as perfect as you want. So you don't have to do it like I'm doing it. Do it your way, your style. Okay, that's what art is. So now with the smile is kind of tight, and it kind of goes about halfway up the eye, right? You know, maybe here, maybe there. So just make it how you like. I'm gonna do it like this. Just a flat little smile, right? Try to replicate that to this side, right? It's good. And these Labubu dolls, they got all these teeth. Probably got 9 or 10 teeth. I don't think I want to count right now. So that'd be like if I wanted to do this perfect. But this is just a little, of course, a little illustration to show you guys how to do it. So feel free to count them out and evenly space them, however you want to do. So I'm just gonna do a bunch of little triangles here off this line. I try to keep them the same size too. Yeah, we're getting there, right? Getting there. And then the face is kind of like a little oblong, right? And as you can see here, we kept it kind of tight to the eyes. We're gonna do the same thing here to the bottom, the chin, around the face. I guess the face, that's outside the fur, or inside the fur. So let's keep it tight. So, and these lines don't have to be perfect either. Of course, this is all fur, so you can see I did a little squiggly line in there. You do little lines like this, make it look like it's fur, right? And then come up a little bit. Let's do it on this side too. So see that? Kind of looks funny right there, right? So, and then like, I'll kind of go a little bit higher than the eyes here, but I'll say about here. And then I could just start, kind of like a cowlick in that way, right? And then I'll start to try to connect that, right? And then on this side too. See, little offset, but hey, it's a little small sketch. Okay, now let's just do the outside of the head, right? So it's gonna go all the way up here before connecting to the ears, right? So this one will be kind of tight also. So let's kind of do this thing. And I want to continue the same thing here, right? So the lines don't have to be perfect. Of course, it's all fur. It's kind of hard to draw fur, so a little bit wider on the edges here than it is down here, right? So just kind of gives you, that kind of, I guess, that watermelon shape of it. But the top, of course, is gonna be a little taller, right? So we'll go a little bit higher here, like we did here, a little bit higher. We kind of want to do the same thing, right? A little cowlick kind of thing. Kind of come out a little bit and then connect. Right, it looks kind of like a gremlin almost. I don't know. And kind of come out that way, right? And then just so these little lines kind of give it that illusion that it's fur, right? And we may want to do do a little couple here, maybe here, you know. So, you know, some lines here and there make it look a little furry. Maybe the ears will come up right up to here. I know the ears aren't very long, maybe short, medium size, but still throw them on there, okay? If you got space, make them look better. And of course, you know, we're gonna try to set them as best as possible. So I'll start here, just right above the eye here. And that's where I wanna start, you know, both of the ears, you know, so they're centered. And then I wanna kind of go outside the eye here and then make another little line. So I know that's gonna be here. Same thing on this side, outside the eye, right? So let's start with the left ear. Let's go here, kind of a little furry on one side, imperfect. Kind of go up a little bit here. No, I'll probably cut that short. So, right? May look funny. Same thing here. Right? And then we'll do the inside portion. And then this portion here, I think that's what it is. Come back down. Boom. Boom. Almost there. Kind of there. So I think what we'll do is I guess we'll just focus on the face. I'll go ahead and start filling this in. And again, use whatever you like. Pencils, pens, markers, paint. I like to paint. Painting is cool. But I guess if you're practicing, this little sketch will work out for you. And then you can, you know, get to the point where you're kind of drawing it really fast and really good. And, you know, maybe you can start giving these things away to your loved ones. Put them on your fridge, you know, framing them up. But at this point, you're done. You can be done, or we can continue on with the coloring. I'm gonna color mine. So what I'm gonna do is just gonna put my marker down, and then I think I'm gonna start with that face color. Kind of light. So I'm going to use this color. This color is kind of, I don't know, tannish in a way. See how that comes out? Little light color, right? So, and of course, these are alcohol markers, y'all. What you want to do with these markers, if you do use these kind of markers, try not to get in that black. Try not to touch that black, or it might bleed over and make your drawing just a little too dark. As you can see here, it's getting in there pretty good, right? So let's continue on. And you know, you can see here, you know, kind of bled a little bit, so gotta be careful around those edges. So like this around the nose, right? Very careful around those teeth. Right? Okay, continue on. Try to get this done as fast as I can. You know, these dolls come in different colors. Like I said at the beginning, color any color you like, right? So I know that the face is one color, and I think the inside of these ears have to match also. So we'll go ahead and knock those out. See that? Let's match it up. As you can see here, I got some more bleeding from that black. Gotta be super careful with. Right? So now I'm gonna move on from this color. I'm gonna go to, let's try this color. A little green. Look at that. I've seen these dolls in white. I've seen them in blue, red, pink, green, teal, any color you guys like. And you know, it can be imperfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to go exactly in the line. You can go outside that line if you want to, you know. Just on how you feel, how you like it. Same thing again. Try to stay away from that. Those black lines. Now if it's nice and dry, sure. But if it's still kind of wet, just be careful around them, as it will bleed and make those colors darker that you would like. So then you would like. So continue on here. Continue on here. And also be careful with your hand. You may get some on there, on the bottom of your hand there. Here we go, right? That's pretty much it. You know, I'll take a little bit of, you know, a little bit of marker here and kind of give it a, you know, some little low lights here, right? Just give it a little bit of depth there. A little bit here if you want. Oh, I forgot that. Let's knock that out real quick. There we go. Thanks for the tip. Right, and then I know they got these little kind of like rosy or blushy kind of cheeks, right? So add a little bit here and there. Look at that. So this is my version of it. Feel free to do any color you like. Follow the steps. It's too easy. I could probably do this a lot better, but of course, a quick sketch for you guys just to show you guys how to do it. Pass some time. Feel free to change your colors and come on back. Give me some suggestions on what you want me to draw, what you want to see, and I'll be happy to do those for you. Again, thanks for coming in. See you soon. Bye.